Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. I know you had a great day yesterday. Some of y'all are getting up this morning, getting ready to go outdoors and do a lot of things. But we want to get started just talking about what a wonderful day we all had yesterday. So anyway, we're still continuing our videos, the top videos of the year, voted on by you, the viewer. And also had some input too, but I did a lot of what you recommended. So this first video is going to be a really good interview I had with Ray Scott. I enjoyed the interview. We're going to go fishing with Mike Heppenstall. And then they're going to end up with Mason's hunting video on his buck and all. It's just the sheer joy of a child catching a big fish or taking a deer and all. Just I don't think you can beat that. So I hope you're having a great Christmas break and a great holiday, taking this break off and time off from work. So let's go ahead and we're going to run. Got at least 3 videos. Come back Monday. We've got some great stuff too. So you have a great weekend. And make sure you do something good for someone else. And sit back and enjoy that cup of coffee and watch these good videos from this past year.
So we got there, and first thing he did was knock the people out of the way and went fishing on the pier. He caught a little fish about a pound. And he's holding up for a cameraman. And he looked over at Daddy. I looked over at me and said, "Ray, this is a 6-pounder?" I said, "Yeah, in Texas."
Folks, I'm here with the legendary Ray Scott. He don't need an introduction, but we're up here at this meeting and all, and they brought me over to meet you, and it's an honor to meet you.
Well, it's my honor to meet you, and I love Panama City. I learned how to swim in that diving, missing those porpoises. I mean, the sharks and porpoises.
Yeah.
But Panama City is a great lake, and you guys you got good fishermen down there.
Yes, we do.
Anybody that's watching us is interested. Get a pencil, write my 800 number down. I don't even know what it is. Let's see it.
We got it on here somewhere. We got a place to go fishing down there.
Yeah, it tells you all about it. I'm sending you some propaganda on it.
Okay.
Outdoor Life says the best bass fishing lake in America.
Wow.
Really, I swear it's quoted. 1-800-518-7222.
Okay.
And that's in Panhandle, Alabama, right there below Montgomery, about 20 miles.
If you were to tell my viewers if you had a secret of catching bass, and if you just had 1 or 2 tips, if you just put like 1 or 2 tips, not the whole book.
No.
Just 1 or 2 tips.
Well, the best tip I got is to be patient, because they don't always work out as quick as you think. But it's, I don't know, I just think that you got to realize and presume that every fish is hungry if you just put the lure in front of him or her.
Well, what's some of your favorite lures?
Well, I love topwater, but that don't work all the time, And I throw anything it takes. I throw jigs and plastic worms, of course. Just crankbait. In my lake, you get spoiled real quick, because it really is. I don't say this as a brag, but it's hard to find something they don't eat because they're hungry.
Well, listen, do you still get to fish much yourself?
Yeah, all I want to live right there about somewhere between 7 and 8 feet from the water.
You throw it out the back door, huh?
I want you guys, all those guys that watch your show, and I've heard of your show, by the way. It's popular with those. Everybody around there knows about you fishing.
Well, thank you.
I'd love for you guys to call that number, and if you want to fish, and it ain't cheap, but it's a good trip. If it ain't good, you won't be coming a second time.
That's right.
And we have more repeaters than we do regulars.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're here with the legendary Ray Scott. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate y'all coming.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you.
Captain today. That's Mike Heppenstall.
Good morning.
How we doing today, Mike?
Doing fantastic. We're in a boat, we're on the water, we got fish.
I've been telling people now in the intro that we borrowed a boat, and it's a pleasure boat, we turn into a fishing boat.
It's a pleasure boat turning into a fishing boat.
Okay.
Of course, a fishing boat is a pleasure boat.
That's true. I don't know how they don't do that. And our crew back here, Bobby Miller. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Bobby teaching marine mechanics at Haney. And good to have you aboard today.
Good to be aboard.
And your nephew, Justin.
How you doing?
Tell us about yourself. What do you do?
I'm Dustin. I drink from Pensacola. I'm with Uncle Bobby, and I'm going to Haiti for education, and I'm gonna try to be a mechanic just like him.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mike, it's always nice to have a couple of mechanics on board.
Always nice to have mechanics on board.
especially when you're not familiar with the boat. So,
Yeah.
So what's our game plan today?
Well, we're going to hit a couple of spots. We've got 2 public spots and then a couple other, I call them secret spots. But we're going to have a good day. Game plan to catch fish.
Catch fish, have a good time, and hopefully looks like a little cloud offshore.
Yeah.
It's been summertime showers. So.
Oh, a flounder.
Nice flounder.
We can keep those, can't we?
Yes, sir. Good eater. Nice one. Yes, sir.
Good job on the flounder.
Nice flounder.
Give me some notes on that, man. Good job.
Don't let them jump out now. It's a good bottom out here. All right. Very nice.
It's Saturday, January 11th, and a bad storm just blew through, but it's all cleared up, and we have a perfect wind for the stand, so I'm hoping I can get a big buck today.
using our muddy camera arm and also our Manfrotto floating camera head. I think it's called a fluid head. I'm not big on all the makes and models, but it'll really improve the quality of the footage we get from the stand, because I won't be trying to freehand shots. It'll stabilize things on zooms and pans. So I'm excited about raising things to another level. Aren't you, Mason?
Yes, sir.
Mason said at home that he didn't want to come today. But once you get these kids actually going, they have a good time. I guess it's good that they're happy where they are and they don't want to leave, but they're also happy wherever we go. And I'm thankful for that. We're starting to see signs of the rut in this area, which is the Florida Panhandle. It's January the 11th. So I'm hoping that a big 8-pointer we saw on video on our trail cam will show up. And that way Mason can have the household record for the biggest deer shot. Would you like that, Mason?
Yes, sir.
Hunt with us. Hunt with your family. Stay tuned.
The wind was blowing from our left to our right, and these young deer came in with the wind at their tails. Older, more mature deer will come into a feeding area from the other direction with the wind in their faces so they can scent check for danger or other animals. A lot of button bucks get shot by hunters thinking they're does, but here's why this one did not get shot. We were able to zoom in with the camera and could see the lighter colored spots where his antlers will come out in the future. His body was small, he looked like a briefcase, and his ears were big in proportion to his head. We had a picture of a good big buck in the area. The rut was starting to kick in. We didn't have an antlerless deer tag with us, and this deer came in from the wrong side of the wind, showing us he was young and not very wise yet. It's amazing how well God camouflaged deer and other animals. They really are hard to see until they move, and that's how they see us when we move. We'll be right back with more of Mason's January deer hunt after these messages from our faithful sponsors. Thanks for doing business with them.
Those two little bucks left around 4:30, and I was disappointed that I didn't get to shoot one of them. I was sad to be going home without shooting anything. Thanks for watching this episode of Panhandle Outdoors. Just kidding. Right around sunset at 5 o'clock, out in front of us about 100 yards, we saw a couple of deer running back and forth. My dad told me that a bigger deer may be running off the smaller deer. He was right.
I really like having all these pine trees around, especially when I'm hunting with kids, because they give us some good cover. But today, these trees were keeping me from seeing the deer through the camera. At times I couldn't see him, and at times I had him in the frame, but I didn't know it. And when I had him in the frame, Mason couldn't see him. And Mason was hunched over on his gun saying, "I've got him, Dad." But I kept having to tell him to hang on and to relax, because I didn't want him to wear himself out by staying in a hunched over shooting position too long. And I could feel him shaking next to me, and I didn't know if it was his normal excitement or if his muscles were getting tired from holding the gun. Well, Mason did an awesome job being patient, and finally, the deer walked out where we could both see him at the same time.
this deer came in, and we couldn't see it at the same time. You could see it, and then I couldn't see it, and then I could see it, and you couldn't see it. So we had to wait for him to come around and get where you got camera and scope, right? You did good. That was awesome. There's been a lot of activity today. There's been a lot of deer around here. That's been good.
It's kind of like on the Outdoor Channel. You see a bunch of deer and then a buck comes out. I thought he was gonna run off. I think I shot him right through the heart.
Well, wherever you shot him, it put him down right there. I can't tell if he's still twitching his ears from here or not.
I don't think he is.
That was an awesome shot, Mason. That was really good. I'm so proud of you.
It's hard when it's kind of dark like this. It kind of blends in.
Yeah, well, what's also hard is you didn't have a rest for your right elbow. And that makes it real hard, and you don't have anything to get firm and solid on, but you made a great shot.
I felt really still.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
Stay tuned for the footage of Mason recovering his first deer. There are some things that you will not want to miss.
Let's go find my buck. I drilled him.
Way to go, Mason.
It's 4-point.
Yeah, way to go, man.
He's heavy. All right, let's see how many points he has. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Mason got a 4-point. That's great.
That must be a good scope because he looked like he had a bigger rack.
That's what they call ground shrinkage. Is when you get to him on the ground, he looks not as big as he did.
I feel like an Indian.
Tell the deer thank you.
Thank you, dear. He's got a jelly belly. Indian.
High five.
Bloody hand, 5-5.
Yeah.
You know what I just did? What? I just killed a 4-point. Yeah, you did. Yes, I did. And it actually... Yes, ma'am. I'll show you to it when we get home. And, I have the blood on my face and everything. Are you crying? No, I'm just so proud of you. You sound like you're crying.
All right, climb up there. Let's just put him on the very back of the truck. Go ahead and grab this.
This is heavy.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I've got blood literally all over my body. I just smeared. It's disgusting.
All right, hit.
Oh, look at that one.
Whoa.
Look at that. Man.
He's
That's a
almost
nice-
a 5-point.
Mason, that's a good deer.
Nice buck.
He's almost a 5-point.
Yeah. Good job, Mason.
Way to
Good
go.
job. That is a good shot, too.
Good job, Mace. That's a perfect shot.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.